There is an amazing investment available which you have access to, and in fact, billions of people have already invested in this and the returns are extraordinary. I've heard people talk about increased security, stability, safety, and even love. Now, the name of this investment is marriage. And you can choose to invest in either America or in India. Now, if you choose to invest in America, there's a 1 in 2 chance that your investment is going to go to zero. If you choose to invest in India, there's a 1 in 25 chance that your investment is going to go to zero. How can we possibly explain this massive disparity between the results of the same investment? Well, in this video, I'm going to share the 6 things that researchers discovered that dramatically increase the chance that we're going to create love rather than just hoping to find it. My name's Wayne. I run Learn Well Books. We are an international best-selling publishing house. We love sharing information about the 5 most important things in life. That is mindset, productivity, health, relationships, and money. This is LOTED. We're learning one of those 5 things every day. Now, the difference in these investment results could be attributed to the fact that in America, and indeed in the UK and in Canada and countries like Australia, we've adopted the consumer model of dating, mating, and relating. We are just browsing as many people as we can to find the one that we marry. We seem to treat relationships as though it's a catalog, and we just keep on swiping until we find the right one. Here are some interesting statistics. Firstly, in 2021, there was a survey done of 15,000 American adults. And one of the questions was, do you believe in the soulmate concept? 60% of those surveyed said, yeah, I do. I believe there's one person out there for me and I'm going to go find them. Now, that mindset suits a company like Tinder down to the ground, because last year, Tinder made over $1 billion just on in-app purchases. So they love the soulmate model, but there's a very different model, and it seems to be working. And that's the arranged model. Now, I'm not advocating for arranged marriages, but there is something that these couples are doing that we're not, and it's working for them. Here's some proof. In 1982, 2 people at the Rajasthan University, Gupta and Singh, they conducted some research and they categorized relationships into the arranged model or the love model. The love model, if you like, is the consumer model. We just keep on looking until we find the one. In arranged marriages, Gupta and Singh discovered, this is incredible, they discovered that the longer the relationship lasted, the higher the connection became. They also discovered that in love marriages, the longer they lasted, the lower the connection became. Not only do arranged marriages last for longer, they actually get better. There was a study done a bit closer to home involving American and Canadian couples. In fact, 615 of them. And it was done just last year, 2024. This group categorized relationships into agency and passive relationship, a little bit like arranged or love marriages. But in agency, they said, these are the relationships where the people in the relationship have taken agency or taken control over the outcome of their relationship. Whereas the other ones are just people chilling. They're just in the relationship, but not really doing much about the relationship. And there was 6 things that the agency couples did that dramatically improved the level of connection and the likelihood that those relationships would sustain. Here are the 6 things, and only 2 of them are going to be surprising at all. The other 4, I feel like you know already, but I wonder whether you're actually doing them. Here's the 6 things. Number 1, make a commitment. Agency relationships are based on a clear decision to commit. Not just, right, at the first sign of friction, I'm out because I assume that there's someone better on my path. The second thing is focus on them, not just on yourself. Now, I'm certainly guilty of being a little bit self-centered at times, but I do know the difference when I set that aside and focus on the other person and say, I wonder how that feels for them. And that gives rise to the third thing, which is compassion. We can't be compassionate unless we understand what's going on for the person, unless we truly put ourselves in their shoes. The fourth thing that definitely won't surprise you is that relationships take time. any investment worthwhile is going to take some time to curate, to cultivate, and to improve. Relationships, of course, are no different. The fifth thing is cute. It's something you've seen on social media. It's something that you would probably like to be doing because it feels good. But I wonder whether you are. I know that I've ignored this sometimes, much to my own detriment and that of the relationships that I've been in. We've got to act with kindness. We've got to do nice things. We've got to turn up with flowers. We've got to leave a note. We've got to just think about what would make them feel amazing. And of course, that involves all the other things, like focus on them, make a commitment to do these sorts of things. Decide that you're in this relationship and that you're in control of it. You're taking charge and you're making it great. And the last thing is forgive. There was clear evidence in these 615 couples that forgiveness was clearly on the agenda, and it was something that both parties were practicing. Forgiveness is so powerful. Now, one of the reasons that I chose this topic to talk about is because I personally have got a real concern about the destruction of the family unit. I believe that the family unit is the core, the bedrock, and the foundation of a healthy society. And I think there's a lot going on in the world right now which is causing it to destruct. I mean, just the 50% divorce rate alone is a problem. There's kids growing up without parents, there's chaos going on at home, there's all sorts of trauma which is a byproduct of the family falling apart. And this message is all about saying, guys, we've got to repair this. We've got to stay together, nurture each other, and build these relationships. Not just hope that we're going to find a diamond in the rough, because diamonds don't work that way. Diamonds don't just appear perfectly crafted in the rough. They are polished, they're even cut, and they're put under pressure. That's what creates a diamond. Great relationships are a decision, not a discovery. And if you want to be a passenger in a relationship, cool. But that ride is most likely going to be bumpy and short. Instead, decide to be the pilot. Know where you're taking this relationship and everyone on board. And finally, this is about turning the word love into a verb, not a noun. Love is what I do. Love is a decision that I make. Love is a set of activities that I conduct because love is really important to me. Here are the 6 things again. And this time, don't just hear them, but instead feel them. Feel them in the context of a relationship. Feel them in the context of how these would make you feel if these were your personal policy of how you date and relate. Number 1, make a decision to commit. Number 2, focus on them. Look at them. How are they going? How are they feeling? What more could you do for them? That's going to lead to number 3, which is compassion. And number 4, something that is getting harder and harder to do, make time. The relationship needs you. It won't happen on its own. And number 5, acts of kindness. Fun things, nice things, beautiful things, the things that they tell their friends about. You won't believe what he did. And finally, forgive. I truly hope that this helps any relationship that you're a part of, whether it's a romantic relationship or just a relationship with your friends. Those 6 things are going to make your investment in those relationships provide infinitely greater returns. Thank you for watching. This is Low Tech. We are learning one thing every day. I'll see you tomorrow.